Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad HANIF and my team members is Muhammad Hasba, Muhammad FARHAN. Okay, actually we want to talk about approaches for determining the retirement capitals. Okay, so how much do you need for retirement? The total of financial resources required retirement varies for one person to another. Actually, this chapter have 4 approaches, which is first, capital lead equation without inflation factor, capital lead equation with inflation factor, capital conservation without inflation factor, capital conservation with inflation factor. So I'm telling you now, what's the difference between the lead equation and conservation? Lead equation is about suitable for the person have no dependents. How about the conservations? Conservation is the individual have children, have dependents, which is a wife has not working and children to take care of. And others, if the individuals to do some donation, this capital conservation is suitable for them.
Okay, now we are going to look at the capital liquidation without inflation factor. Capital liquidation approach provide annual retirement income in a such way that retirement resources are expected to be fully liquidated when a person pass away, which means if someone died, then the balance of the retirement fund at the particular time is expected to be zero. It means that someone retire at the age of 60 and expected to die at the age of after 20 years at the age of 80, then is the retirement period of the 20 year. Means if any individual that live longer than this 80 year, there will be no more retirement fund left. If the individual pass away prematurely or earlier than the expectation, there will be surplus of the fund available. It is important to understand that accuracy in determining the life expectancy of individual. This is an example schedule showing constant income stream of 60,000 for 20 years, and we can see the beginning balance of 700,000 487 that is in the first year. This is the rate of 6%. We take that assumption this is the ending balance at the end of the year. As we can see, by having this 700,000 487 in the first year, it is able to cater for the annual income. This is static annual income, 60,000 per year for 20 years. And once we reach the 20th year, the balance here will be zero. We can see that, at its beginning balance, we have to minus the annual income that should be paid at the beginning of the year to the client of 60,000, and after that the balance of the money will be invested. Thus we can expect the rate of return is 6% minus with 600,069 487. We get this 700,069 487. So we get the 729 487 minus with 60,000. So we can get 600,069 487. 40,169 plus with 669,489. So we can get the ending balance 709,656. So we can see that that the client need to accumulate up to 729,497 to cater for 20 years of retirement period, where every year they will be able to get an income for 60,000 per year. We are now still in capital liquidation without inflation factor. The formula for us to get this figure, that is first retirement income, that is 700,029,497, is by using this formula where the PV is the total lump sum mid and annual retirement income, its rate of return and number of years in the retirement phase. And we follow, if we substitute the figure where the payment or annual return income is 60,000, the R is 6%, and N is 20 years. Then you will be able to calculate the sum 700,029,407.
The next approach is by considering the inflation factor. As we all know, inflation will reduce the purchasing power of the annual income. If the client is having unchanged income as the first approach used, it will make the client difficult to cater their life during retirement. As we are fighting COVID-19 today, we can see that many people are dismissed from their job. This is why important to consider as many factors as we can. Let's assume that the rate of inflation is 4%. The total lump sum needed by the client will be increased as we assume that there will be inflation during his retirement. How much money does the client need during his retirement? We will use this formula. The difference between this formula is we add the rate of inflation in this formula. So if the beginning balance before this is 729,000, now by considering inflation of 4%, the beginning balance will be 1,07,416 ringgit. And the rest you can calculate just like the approach before. In this table, we can see that the total lump sum provided of the annual income is increasing 4% in the next years, and it will be increased in the next 18 years in order to cater 20 years of retirement. But we have to note that some client wants to adjust their annual income provided every certain years. This depends on the clients, how he wants to cater their life during retirement. So the conclusion is different consideration made will lead to different amount of lump sum needed for retirement. The next approach is capital conservation approach. This approach is suitable for the people who wants to take care of their dependent, which he wants to still contribute even after his death. This approach is not like capital liquidation approach, which the funds only cater for certain years. Using this capital conservation approach, the retiree will have more years for their retirement. The formula used in finding how much amount of lump sum needed for retirement is
PV equivalent to A 1 plus R divided with R, and we can be written as A divided with R plus A, and the PV is actually referring to the lump sum required for the retirement. The first year annual retirement income is 100,000. The rate of return is 5%, and we can calculate here. The PV is 100,000 times with 1.05 divided with 0.05, so we can get 2.1 million.
So after 20 years of retirement, the retiree still have lot of money left. We also have a way to help clients using this approach during inflation.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURHAQEEM. So today I would like to continue what had been introduced by my friend. So my topic is capital compensation with inflation factor. So in this method, is slightly different with the previous method, which is capital compensation with inflation. So in this method, we add on inflation factor. Based on the question that have given, the inflation rate is 4%. So it will affected towards our annual usage, return and ending balance. Okay, so we will go deep down to the question. Okay, so from this table we can see that we want to compute for our customer client for 20 years. So we can see beginning balance is 10,500,000. So the annual usage is 100,000, and from annual usage will affect by inflation rate. So as we can see, the amount of annual usage is increased by 4%. So it also will factor towards the return and ending balance and beginning balance. So from beginning balance is 10,500,000. Okay, after 20 years, our ending balance is more than 23 million. So we can see the increase of amount more than 13 million is compute from this table. Okay, from the table have been shown, we can see at the beginning year, at first year, we have more than 10 million to compute. So after 20 years, we can see that the 10 million is growing to 23 million. Let's say if we still continue the compute until 30 year more, which means the total is 50 year. The ending year, we can find that the amount at the ending year is more than 70 million. So this kind of method is very suitable for those who have planned to not only for retirement planning but can combine for estate planning also. So for estate planning, it's not only for beneficiaries, it also can be in terms of donation, wakaf, and also sponsorship for students. So as we can see, the amount of fund is very huge. So we can advise our client to hire a trustee, so they can handle the fund after the client is dead. So for the formula for computing the lump sum retirement income need, so the formula is PV equal to A in bracket 1 plus R divided by R minus G. After we key in all the point, the A, R and G, we can see that the PV or our lump sum that we need to have in first year is 10,500,000. So this kind of method is for a special or rare case, so it's not suitable for middle or third class income. So this only for the person who have in first class income. Okay, there is 4 main variables that affect the amount of required. So first is retirement, second is first year annual income, third is inflation rate or G, and 4 is number of year in retirement. Okay, for conclusion, what we have discovered in this topic, that there is 4 method: capital liquidation without inflation, and with inflation, capital conversion with inflation, and without inflation. So there is no right or wrong between the 4 method. This 4 method is suitable towards different kind of problems. So hopefully what we have share with all of the viewers, it can maybe help you to get an idea that how you can manage your fund after retirement, and hopefully you have a nice day. Thank you.